Brentford, we are going to preview and break down our next match. It is Saturday, September 27th, 4:30 a.m. Early wake-up call for everyone on the West Coast. You know, these are the diciest and most nervy games. We're playing at Brentford Gtech Community Stadium. We went there last season. Alex rated the pie.
Great pie.
Great halftime pie. They have the B imprinted on it.
Very classy.
But it's a great stadium. Very small. The away section sort of at the end by the railroad. Really like the Gtech. It's a beautiful part of London, but they're going to be ready to go. Brentford has been frisky against some big teams. They haven't gotten those big results, but this is going to be a tough test for United. This is going to be almost harder than Chelsea because I feel like the big teams we always show up for, it's these small teams, the bounce back spot. I feel like I saw a lot of social media posting from all the players, like we almost won a trophy or something, and they're going to be riding high, and Brentford's going to punch us in the mouth. How are we going to react? Everybody's waiting. If you know this team, if you watch them, it's all about this game. Chelsea, great effort. I want Brentford to be like dominant from the whistle to the end of the game.
At surface level, you might think this is one of the most ridiculous comments I could make, but just knowing this team and knowing how these seasons play out, this is one of the most important games of the year.
It's the most.
No, it really is. And it's not just because it's the next game, because this is so telling about whether Ruben Amorim can actually get a grip on this team with these players and they can put it together against a team that, has lost a lot of firepower. It's lost their three best players, lost their coach. They're in a tough moment, but this is exactly when the Manchester United that we've witnessed, even since Ole, would just roll over and get beat up, make it hard for themselves, concede early, drop points, arguably lose. So this is so huge. It's also a 4:30 game. I feel like our 4:30 games have been horrible for Manchester United unless we're playing Everton. We always lose or drop points. So this is so big, massive. What a great stadium as well. What another great stadium for EPL clubs in London. Wonderful. Check out the Gtech. Pies are delicious. Can't wait to go back.
But you have to call it straight and be like, this team, Brentford away, it's time to show us what you got.
That's it.
You have a week off. There's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to hide. And if Ruben Amorim can keep his job, it's going to be...
This is it. It really is.
Can he get... Because we talk about the shit sandwich. We talk about the Glazers. We talk about Ineos. We talk about Barada winning Amorim. We talk about Wilcox. What's his resume? He's the director of football somehow. We go down the list of all the things that plague United, the debt, the balance sheet. Then you get to the manager, his system. You get to the players. And this is the players. And for me, I don't trust them to show up Brentford away after a big Chelsea win. And prove me wrong, please. Prove me wrong, because this game is everything. And it starts with the players, it ends with them and the manager. Can we see a start like we saw against Chelsea, against Brentford, like you said, who's there for the taking? If you want to watch it in the USA at 4:30 a.m., 7:30 a.m. Eastern, USA Network, NBC Sports will be your guide. So give us our weather for London next weekend.
It was pelting down for the Chelsea game. It will not be like that. It's going to be a nice afternoon in London, mid-60s, gentle breeze at the Gtech. So tell us about West London's not finest club. I think that might be full. I'm a big Fulham fan. Tell us about the Bees. Tell us about Brentford Football Club.
Founded in 1889, nicknamed the Bees. We mentioned they play at the Gtech Community Stadium. They were promoted to the Premier League in 2021 via the playoff. First top flight stint since 1947. Obviously, the Dane got them up there and did very well with their system. They have a strong academy where they do a B team instead of having a youth academy. They actually have a second set of reserves, age agnostic, and they play different friendlies. I think it's a whole Moneyball view of the EPL. They are a great team. They have sold a lot of strong players. We got Mbumo from them, so they're sort of reeling, but they have been showing up and taking some good teams to the end, even City. So let's see how Keith Andrews can do. Tell us about the manager.
So obviously, Thomas Frank went to Spurs this summer after they fired the Aussie, and they decided Brentford not to go for some hot shot throughout Europe. They went for Keith Andrews, basically an assistant coach under Thomas Frank. Born in 1980, the Irish former Premier League Championship midfielder, played at Wolves and Blackburn. He had an assistant coaching job for Ireland before moving into the club management club management move. And his approach overall, he's very championship. Pragmatic, structure-first coach who aligns with Brentford's DNA. He likes to have very clear idea around roles and responsibilities, around repeatable patterns over improvisation. So they're very structured. They follow the playbook. They don't like to deviate from too much. Big detail on set plays. tight staff, clear responsibilities, and once again, from the academy all the way up to the first team, emphasis on development and accountability. So they're going to be hardworking, structured. I think he likes to play 5 at the back, sir, or moves from a 4-3-3 to a 4-4-2. But either way, we know what this is going to be about. They're going to be they're struggling at the moment. The Bees are. So Manchester United need to get a result. They need to show up against a lower side team that we can get after. This is a game that we have to be able to get after. They're probably playing the low block. They're going to be well positioned for defense, and the home crowd's going to be behind them.
Lifetime versus Brentford, we've won 11, drawn 3, lost 7, last 5, won 3, drawn 1, lost 1. We also took their best player. Speaking of transfers, they replaced him with a bunch of players. You haven't heard of them other than Jordan Henderson, who went to Saudi Arabia, then apologized for going to Saudi Arabia, and now he's at Brentford.
Yeah, so they had a summer that fans were not super thrilled with. Their biggest was Django Otara coming from Bournemouth in a big money move, but really they lost Wissa, obviously to Newcastle. They lost Mbumo to us, and they also lost their Danish midfielder, whose name is escaping me at the moment, that went to Arsenal early in the summer. So they lost a lot of players, probably their 3 best players, including their captain and their manager. They brought in some youngsters, like you said. They brought in Jordan Henderson. He did not look that great when they lost the other day to Leeds. So either way, the player to watch is a player that's been there even before and now kind of been the deputy step up in the absence of Brian Mbumo, and that's Kevin Schade, 23-year-old German midfielder. He's their danger man to watch. Already has a goal this season. Someone to keep an eye on, even though they've been struggling. Big game for Manchester United. I'm worried, sir. I'm worried about the Bees. Talk about recent record.
Yeah, recent record, EFL Cup. They beat Bournemouth. They lost to Sunderland, which is a good sign. They drew Chelsea 2-2. I think I got City and Chelsea mixed up there, but they did take them. Chelsea's been struggling, but we end up doing the business, and then they end up beating Aston Villa in the 3rd round. So they have come up with some good results. They did lose to Fulham 3-1, so they're reeling a little bit there. And next up is United, City, West Ham. So they have their work cut out for them, but they are playing at home. It'll be a big fixture. The locals will be up for it as far as their formation, playing 5 at the back, 5-3-2. Jordan Henderson, not worried about him. Damsgaard isn't bad.
Big for it.
Kelleher used to be the backup for the Scouse Bastards. So, he's going to show up with a huge game. Injuries, Gustavo Nunes and Paris Makoma are out with hamstrings for Brentford. But why are we worried about Brentford? We should be talking about Manchester United against Chelsea. It was Bayindir, De Ligt, Maguire, Shaw, Mazraoui, Cass, Bruno, Dogu, Mbumo, Diallo, and Šeško up front. Would you make any changes to this 11? We have a week. We have rest. What do you got?
I mean, I'd like to see Sept Lamens. I think this is time to start your new goalie.
Why?
Because he needs minutes.
He's not even close. You saw the warm-up. He did not even do well in a warm. He looked so nervous. You're not going to see him. So here's the deal. The idea of seeing Sept Lamens is
let me get through my 11 before
not even a take.
Pick the first. It's not a take. It's not a take to say
he will not start.
Bayindir was not great. We'll see, sir. You want to take that bet?
Bayindir, the manager, complimented him in the presser, talking about the long ball was great through Šeško and getting Mbumo involved. It actually worked out decently well versus Chelsea. And so the idea of Bayindir is what we call a shield. He's a shield where Sept Lamens doesn't have to be thrown into the lion's den just yet, because no one's going to care if Bayindir messes up and then gets blamed. Then he has to play him. So he's going to put the shield out until he doesn't have to. That's what's going to happen.
Why don't you give me your 11?
I'm just telling you.
Sir, give me your 11, and then I'll go.
Well, let's see what happens.
You go first.
He's going to use Bayindir as a shield unless Sept Lamens settle
Bayindir
in.
until his back breaks. Basically, you do Bayindir until
he
he
will
just
play
drops the
Bayindir
chili
until he has. FA Cup will be the first time you see Sept Lamens.
Give me your 11.
No, I'm just.
I can't. You're going to do this.
Go.
No,
saying Sept Lamens is that's just not he's not going to play.
That was one clip from the City game. I don't think it's indicative.
There's
of where
no
he's
upside in him playing.
Okay. Anyway, let's move on. It's all about the goalkeeper. I would like to have Euro come in for Shaw in this 11. Casemiro is obviously not available. Delot is injured. I think Shaw has just not been that great this season.
But Euros plays on the left.
Then switch him. Then Euro has played on the right before. They've switched all over De Ligt and Euro. So I'm cool with that. Or you drop.
I mean, De Ligt, Euro's on the right, Shaw's on the left. But yeah.
Sir, why don't you give me your 11?
No, go for it. But I'm just trying
to let me go for it.
I'm trying to check.
You can't go one by one. Every
Euro's going to play on the left is not
he has played there last season at times under this back. They've switched and swapped.
Heaven would be the man to come.
We haven't
in.
seen any of Heaven. I would love to see Heaven.
Yeah.
So why don't you give me your list?
Go for it.
Sir, I'm not going. Stop telling me to go
Keep
for
going.
it as you interrupt
Keep going.
me.
I'm just gonna.
He's going to play Bruno and Ugarte. I don't think he should. I think he should play Kobe and Bruno and just give it a go. This is the kind of team that you can get after. You have 3 at the back. You don't need to have a destroyer, in my mind. This is not a very strong Brentford, even though we'll make them look that way. I think you play Cunha up front when he's ready to rock. So him, Šeško, and Mbumo. That's your front 3. You're going to go with it. Dogu's obviously your left wing back. I thought Maz was good. At right wing back, I'd keep that constant. But I would just make some switches. Goalie and the center back and midfield. Play Kobe and Bruno.
If you want to get a little more aggressive, so I think the idea is for Brentford is to be a little like Chelsea was. If you look at this being like, hey, we're going to put the heavies in the back 3, be very defensive, maybe lighten it up. You could put Maz on the right.
With a mod.
You could put Euro on the. I think maybe Euro being benched for Chelsea was maybe a look at Brentford, where you bring Euro in on the right, keep Maz there, or you could move Diallo there, and then you could get Cunha, Šeško, Mbumo, and Diallo. I like to be a little more all in on the attack here, and let the back 3 sort it out. I think that's the advantage of the Amorim system. That's kind of where you should be going against teams like Brentford. And sir, it's a Muppet 11. You can put whatever player in you want. I just feel like you got to debate it.
Let me get there.
Bayindir is going to be a shield. Bayindir is going to be a shield.
You're not wrong. That's a good perspective.
The Muppets and Laments.
Euro has played in that Shaw spot at times, but like who knows? He's flipping and flopping, do all kinds of stuff.
There was a video of the Sen Lamens warm up, and by the way, he looked nervous.
He did look nervous.
He looked nervous in warm ups in front of a crowd at home. Like
that was City. That was City. You could see by the seats. You could tell by the seats. It was the first game of the City.
It was.
Yeah, he should be nervous. He's getting thrown in the fucking Lions Den. It's like this is Manchester United, and we're dying.
We've had nervy keepers. You don't want nervy keepers.
Give
us the odds here. Give us the odds here.
United are favorites. Brentford at home plus 230, plus 260 for the draw, plus 105 for United. It's clear favorites, sir. Let's get into John's favorite game. It's a prediction game because he's running away with it.
Prediction game still up top. Corin on the Kobe chasing me for the championship. Up the paddock in 3rd place. You Bosun, shout out. In 4th. So we're having fun. If you want to join the prediction game, MUFC Predict, sign up, make your prediction. It is a ton of fun. We always make our predictions live on the podcast. I am beating Alex for the steak dinner here 23-3. So don't quite yet bet Sen Lamens to start versus Brentford. Sir, what is your score prediction for the Bees?
It's heart in the head. The heart wants to call win, big win. I think United are crash down back to earth. Get noise once again on the manager. I'm calling 1-1 draw.
Oh, that's what I had. I was going to go 1-1, but I'm also going to go 2-2. Chelsea drew Brentford 2-2. I feel like that would be an advantage, but it's going to be a tight one.
Feels
feel
like
like United kind of emotional win.
Right.
Then they find themselves in the muck at Brentford. We can fight, get the draw, kind of move on to Sunderland. That is it for the Brentford prediction. Sign up at MUFC Predict. Get your predictions in. Like and comment on YouTube if you're listening on Spotify and iTunes. Get over there. Help out the YouTube channel, sir. Also turn on notifications so you can subscribe.